The man charged with the murder of 28-year-old Tshegofatso Pule appeared in the Roodepoort Magistrate's court this morning. The case has been postponed until next month. 31-year-old Mzigayise Malipane appeared on camera from a correctional facility. It's alleged he was offered 70,000 rand in payment for Pule's murder. Our reporter Mangoba Mkhunu is following that story. Let's get the latest from him now. Good morning, Mangoba. We've seen protests obviously accompanying this case because it sits right at the center of gender-based violence. What happened this morning?
Well, certainly, Praten, as you can see behind me, there's many political parties, of course, that have come to the streets to come and show support to the Pule family. But not only that, calling for justice for Tshegofatso Pule. And some of them actually were part of those who made it into court this morning. Of course, Praten, the proceedings were quite short today. Mzigayise Malipane appearing in camera from the Tshegofasto correctional facility. And it was a very short appearance because the only question was asked is if he will be using legal aid or not, and he did indicate that he was not going to elect a lawyer from legal aid, but rather that he wanted to be represented by a private lawyer. But then, Praten, it was not without any incident in court. We did see a group of women and supporters in court standing up towards the end of proceedings and disrupting proceedings and really questioning the magistrate on why he had allowed Mzigayise Malipane to really sort of like tell the court when he wanted to appear in court and when he is likely to have a legal representative. But let me speak to those supporters who were inside court and some of those friends of Tshegofatso Pule who raised up in court. Siswami, let me start with you. You are one of those people that raised objection today with the court proceedings. Why?
Am I the one that does what?
You're one of the people that raised objection in court about what was happening in court. Why did you feel the need to get up and raise your objection?
Because it was very because we were all here to get answers as to how Tshegofatso was brutally murdered, and it was very disappointing to hear that because the proceedings literally just took 5 minutes. You understand? The judge it was supposed to start at 9, and the judge, I don't know what time he got in. It took a bit of time to come in, and this thing just took 5 minutes. Where Muzi was like, they asked his name, and he was like, "Where?" And the judge asked, "Where's your lawyer?" And he was like, "I don't know. She might come today. She might come tomorrow." And the judge then just adjourned the court just like that. No questions asked, nothing whatsoever. We're all here to find out what happened to Tshegofatso. Who was the mastermind behind this whole plan? And we're very disappointed. And like I'm saying, if the justice system really cared, if we had a South Africa that really cared, the judge would not have responded in such a manner. I feel it's very careless, especially to the family as well. If you are here to say you want justice for someone, at least you have to have that sort of empathy towards the family as well, or maybe apologize or something. But he didn't. He just went about his day. When we objected, he just left. And I feel that it should not have happened in that way. More questions needed to be asked because now there's more time that is being bought. There's more stories that Muzi can just one day just rock up and change his statement. And because there are people, if he's getting any visits, there are people that are able to convince him to change his story. If he was going to get paid for murdering Tshegofatso, then it means he can get paid to actually take the fall for whoever's behind this. So the more time we take and give him more time, the more he becomes relaxed, the more the people that actually conspired behind this can get away with all of this. So it's very, very disappointing. Hence, I had also mentioned that when we had a march last week on the 16th of June, we read a memorandum to the police, and the media also helped us relay the message to the president. And we had asked the president to declare femicide a national crisis. And not only that, the justice system needs to change because it prolongs the family wants closure. That's all they want. They want answers. They want to put this to rest. They are heartbroken. And all we want is for this process to finish, justice to be served, and they can have some sort of closure. But if we're going to keep delaying and delaying, what are we saying to the family? Do we not care about the family? I think the sooner we close this chapter, the better for the family, because they'll be able to rest. Wherever she is, she'll be able to rest. But now we're not giving the family time to rest whatsoever.
Okay. Let me go to you, Siswami. Also, you are one of those people that raised objections that disrupted those court proceedings. I mean, do you feel that justice is being delayed for the family as well?
I believe that the justice system is not for the victim. Tshegofatso is dead. The baby is dead. They were not given a chance to come back, and plead their lives. Yet Muzi has been given countless chances. Now he's got money to pay for a lawyer. Last week he didn't have money. Where is he getting money? Why is the court not asking him for Muzi? Where do you get the money to pay? And now he's in protective custody. He's been protected. Who are they protecting? They're protecting him from who? From us or from the people who sent him? And I believe that he's somehow guilty. Whether he didn't stab her or he didn't hang her, he was part of those people, and he should take accountability so that the family can start the healing process.
Okay, let's leave it there. Of course, Sisi, I think the court will have to decide on that at a later stage. We did speak to the family just briefly after court, and of course they did indicate to us that they were also very emotional about the turn of events here in court today. But they're saying that they will allow the wheels of justice to turn, and they are sure that from the court proceedings they are hoping that they will get justice from this process. Also appealing to those who come to court, to the supporters who come here in support of them, that they shouldn't disrupt court proceedings and should rather allow the law to take its course.
Yeah, and people are not patient that much, but anyway, hopefully justice in this case will be seen to be done. Thank you very much, Mangoba Mkuno.